This next story is so unbelievable, we didn't think it could possibly be true. But after receiving thousands of records and declassified reports from the Army, it's confirmed that during the Cold War, the United States military conducted secret tests on unsuspecting people in the city of St. Louis. A local sociologist will make her findings public tomorrow, but she spoke first to the I-Team's Lisa Zigman.
Lisa Martino Taylor's life work has been to uncover details of the Army's ultra-secret military experiments carried out in St. Louis and other cities during the 1950s and 60s.
This study was secretive for a reason. They didn't have volunteers stepping up and saying, yeah, I'll breathe zinc cadmium sulfide with radioactive particles.
These Army archive pictures show how the tests were done in Corpus Christi, Texas in the 1960s. In Texas, planes were used to drop the chemical, but in St. Louis, the Army placed chemical sprayers on buildings and station wagons. City officials were kept in the dark about the tests. The Cold War cover story was that the Army was testing smoke screens to protect cities from a Russian attack.
Hey everybody, how's it going? This is another video brought to you by Lights Out Radio, and before I jump in this, it made the news recently. Some of you may have heard it. Democrat John Delaney has made a suggestion stating that anybody willing to take the coronavirus vaccine would get a $1,500 stimulus check. Now let's jump on this from two angles real quick, and then we're going to dive into the topic of the video. I just couldn't sit here and not say nothing about this because I think it's ridiculous. So to withhold, when there's so many people out of work and companies are closing left and right, especially the mom and pop shops, the American dream is dying as we speak. John Delaney, he made that suggestion. So with everything going on and everybody, you know, people need some help right now, you know what I mean? They've needed help for months. And that little $1,200 bullshit ass check you guys gave out months ago, come on now, come on. That's some people's rent, mortgage, and then what? You know what I mean? 1 month. So get out of here. But either way, so you're withholding help. You were put into power to help us. You know what I mean? We vote you into power. You were supposed to be there to help us. So you're gonna withhold helping anybody during these tough times, especially during the holidays. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? So you're gonna withhold help and then give it to them as like a bribe. Like, oh, well, we'll give you help. You know, you'll be able to buy Christmas presents. You'll be able to get caught up on your bills. You'll be able to eat. You will be able to eat if you take this vaccine. Now, what kind of bullshit is that? You can go fuck yourself. That's a jerk-off move. And that's all I got to say about that, so let's jump into the video. So this video is going to be about the secret, covert radiation testing on unknowing patients across the country, if that's what you want to call them. I like to call them citizens that were used for secret government tests that didn't even know what was going on. They didn't ask for it, they didn't sign up for it, and they didn't even know it was happening to them. And this took place in all kinds of cities across the entire country. A lot of it is in St. Louis because more details are arising there because of different lawsuits and stuff that are in play. But to know that these kind of tests were on government versus U.S. citizens, and they didn't even have the balls to tell us or to ask us or anything. And to think that all these tests throughout the years have been happening, you'd have to be a fool to not believe they're still happening. A professor and an author by the name of Lisa Martino Taylor, she wrote Behind the Fog, How the U.S. Cold War Radiological Weapons Program Exposed Innocent Americans. And when this hit, it stirred up so much shit to the point that 3 members of Congress started demanding answers from the U.S. Army. Lisa obtained this information when she filed hundreds of Freedom of Information Act requests, and that's when she got all this declassified, secret, photos, forms, paperwork, everything, and began to piece it all together. Now, all of this testing took place between the late 1940s to the mid to late 1960s. So we're talking, a good almost 20 years, right? The tests in Nashville, Tennessee in the late 1940s involved giving 820 poor and pregnant white women a mixture during their first prenatal visit that included radioactive iron. The women were chosen without their knowledge. Blood tests were performed to determine how much radioactive iron had been absorbed by the mother, and the baby's blood was tested at birth. Similar tests were performed in Chicago and San Francisco. And other testing that occurred in Chicago, also Berkeley, California, Rochester, New York, and also Oak Ridge, Tennessee, involved injecting people with the plutonium-239. They're injecting plutonium into people's blood without telling them. And according to the Freedom of Information Act requests, they targeted the most vulnerable in society. They targeted children, they targeted pregnant women, they targeted the poor, they targeted people that were ill in hospitals, and they targeted wards of the state. Also targets were minority populations. And in Corpus Christi, Texas, their experimentation went by way of plane. What they were doing is they were spraying a chemical compound out of planes over large swaths of the, how did they put it, working class neighborhoods of the city. Now, what this chemical compound was zinc cadmium sulfide, which is a very heavy poisonous metal, along with fluorescent particles. And in that fluorescent particles, there's been evidence that shows it was a radioactive material, but it is unnamed. And in St. Louis, they were doing their testing by the way of planes, like dusting the city, parts of the city, and also spraying it or blowing it. They called them blowers, from rooftops and from station wagons, apparently. That's the choice of experimental vehicles, I guess. And supposedly the local St. Louis leaders were told that the government was testing a smoke screen that could shield the city from aerial observation in case of a Soviet attack. Now, what kind of, you motherfuckers, dude? One victim in St. Louis, Doris Spates, she was born in 1955 on the 11th floor of the Pruitt-Ego low-income high-rise where the Army sprayed material from the roof. Her father died suddenly 3 months after her birth. 4 of her 11 siblings died from cancer at a relatively young age, and she has survived cervical cancers and now suffers from skin and breathing problems. It makes me angry, she says. It is wrong to do something like that to people who don't have any knowledge of it. Another victim out of St. Louis, Mary Helen Brindle, she lived in a working-class, mixed-race neighborhood where they were spraying. She recalls one summer playing baseball out in the street with her friends when a squadron of green planes flew very low to the ground over the neighborhood and dropped a powdery substance in the air. She went inside, washed it off her face and arms, then went back out to play. Over the years, Brindle has battled 4 types of cancer: breast, thyroid, skin, and uterine. Jesus. This is absolutely ridiculous. It really grinds my gears. I'm not like, I laugh, but it's just absolutely ridiculous that we just keep allowing this to happen by people that we elect to protect us and guide us and help us out. Like, there's no trust. It's absolutely ridiculous. And all of this testing and all this crap has been linked back to the Parsons Company, who is a government contractor known to have conducted the tests, and U.S. Radium, which is no longer a company. They went through so many lawsuits of being held liable for different sicknesses and stuff that happened to people. Like, I think there was a lot of women that used to paint the fluorescent paint on the watches. And supposedly there's some radioactive stuff in there that they were using. And a lot of those women got sick. They got sued and all kinds of stuff. Also, SRI International, which supposedly designed an air sampling unit to be used in the aerosol spray studies. And Monsanto, oh, good old Monsanto, which allegedly knew of plans and offered the government use of its St. Louis plant. And due to some pesky people digging around, the government didn't concede. They didn't actually backtrack on their words until 1994. So they originally told everybody, oh, we're doing all this because we're testing, to block surveillance from the Russians and blah, 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 blah. But in 94, they're like, oh, well, it was part of a biological weapons program. And St. Louis was chosen because its topography was similar to some of the Russian cities the military thought it might have to attack. More bullshit spewing from the mouth. Now, lawsuits were filed by victims in St. Louis back in 2012, November 2012. I have heard that they got some form of compensation, but it comes with a non-disclosure, so they can't talk about it. So here's your hush money. And yeah, so that's the quick video I wanted to do on the testing during the Cold War. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you want to. Peace out. Be blessed. Love all y'all, man. Lights Out Radio. Yeah.